to gain. If we say we need a change of government, or even a government is not good, you need another election to usher in a new government, perhaps preferred, quote and unquote. So, especially in the eastern part of the country, the attack is becoming too perennial. It's becoming one too many, which I think something urgently should be done as far as that is concerned. Of course, the IGP just came out to say that politicians and some other category of people are involved in the destruction and burning down of INEC offices. If that is the case, which means investigation perhaps have been conducted, and the police know the mastermind of this dastardly act. So what is preventing the police from bringing them before justice? So the truth of the matter is that this have always been the case, but election is closer now than before. So the idea of offices being burned down, now INEC has started the distribution of their machine, some materials for the election. So people should be sanctioned. Both politicians, security operatives, even politicians must come together at this time to be able to ensure that incessant attacks on INEC facilities across the country in general, and especially the eastern part of the country in particular, comes to an end. Because if materials are being deployed and offices are being burnt, how do you now expect INEC to manufacture other materials that are burnt already for that election? You know, INEC before now will always tell you that it will not affect the conduct of the election. I hope you can recall that. INEC have always said that, especially through the INEC chairman, that, it may not affect the conduct of the election. But now INEC is waking up to realize the fact that, elections are close. And if this continues, it will have one negative impact or the other on the election. And I think citizens should be aware that whether election is good or not, whether election is rigged or not, it begins with this process. Because the issue generally that will arise is that you will probably disenfranchise some sizable numbers of voters in some area. Because in an area where material have been supplied and INEC cannot make up for it, two things will most likely happen. Either they cancel election in that area, or deliberately people will be disenfranchised. People will not be allowed to vote because there are no materials, there are no facilities by which they can vote. So I think it's an ugly trend that the government really need to look into through the security operative.
All right, let's look at places where, INEC has had their offices either vandalized or burnt down. What happens to the PVCs? We understand the thought of those who are behind this. Can you please move away from the noise there? The thought of those behind this is to disenfranchise people by burning PVCs. But what happens in cases of places where PVCs had been burnt down? What is the implication of that for the forthcoming elections?
Yes, for those PVC that are burnt most of the time. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on, Austin. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. For those PVCs that probably may be affected, it means that automatically these people are being disenfranchised. But then, the idea of the PVC, it suggests that you can't vote by proxy now, based on the innovation that INEC has put in place in preparedness for the 2023 election, and what INEC has also been able to use is some isolated election so far. You discover that you have to be physically present to be able to vote for your preferred or choice candidate. But now, if PVC are being burnt, it means that sizable number of people will not be able to vote. That is why we are also employing Nigerians. Opportunity for the collection of the voters' card have also been open. Let them make judicious use of this window. Go out there, collect your PVC, and get ready to vote. Whether they are burning these offices as a result of PVC, I doubt so. My view about the burning of the offices is just to create havoc and some people taking their anger, ventilating their anger too far. Because if you are agitated or you are probably even marginalized, you should be able to mobilize for another round of election that is just around the corner, mobilize support for your preferred candidate, whether you call it that or not, to be able to have an effective and purposeful change of government. But a situation where you resort to public facilities like INEC facility, because whether we like it or not, taxpayers' money will also be used for the reconstruction of some of these premises that are being vandalized and being burned down. So for me, it is not really about the PVC, because whether you mop PVC up or not, some people are buying PVC now ignorantly. I think it is up now 2,000 per PVC. I don't know what they intend to achieve by that. If they still buy PVC, if politicians still resort to buying PVC at this time, which means that some of them are not really knowledgeable about the new electoral act and the technological deployment and innovation by ENEC for the election.
So clearly,
I don't know what they mean by the procurement of PVC or just deliberately wanting to destroy PVC.
All right. So clearly, some people are, against the 2023 election holding, or they want to frustrate the efforts of INEC, as we approach the elections. Because one of the things from INEC is that some 5 offices were recently rebuilt, and these same offices were, burnt down by some arsonists, and that is the situation of things. This is not, and of course, the information coming from the police, they said politicians are behind it. So can we just make a scapegoat of any of these persons that they know could be behind the burning of offices around? Hello, Austin, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you. I didn't get that.
Yes, I'm saying, the police are saying politicians are behind, burning of INEC offices and all that, but we're yet to see anyone apprehended, and, made a scapegoat.
Yes, I think the statement by the police is a blanket statement. That was what I said earlier. If you have come out to tell the public that some people are involved in the burning down of INEC offices nationwide, which means that you must have perhaps conducted the investigation. How many people have been brought to justice? Does it mean that those politicians are untouchable? Because if you know that some category of people are involved, which means you know them already. So after knowing them, what Nigerians want to hear or see is to see them be put on trial.
All right. Away from that story, let's look at this one. 24 hours after the Central Bank of Nigeria directed deposit money banks to start giving the redesigned Naira notes to customers, party goers, high net worth customers, and currency traffickers are mopping up the new notes from the bank as the notes are being rationed to majority of customers. And I also cited an instance. We saw pictures of the new or redesigned Naira notes online yesterday, already looking, will I say tattered now, or dirty and rumpled. And, this speaks to the way we handle our currency. What do you have to say about this?
Yes, at last, the redesigned Naira note is out. Like you have also said, there is high level of rationing from the bank. You can't get to the bank at this time and get exactly what you want in terms of the new Naira note. I think what is in Ibadan for now is the 1,000. I don't think 500, 200 is currently available in Ibadan. In Ilorin, we have the 500 in Ilorin, 1,500 in Ilorin. Some people are already handling the currency in a very bad way. Like you said, I also saw some instances where the new Naira note that just came out is already being mutilated. I begin just to wonder, what is our mentality in the country? We have poorest currency handling in the whole world. Nigeria has the poorest because we trample on this currency, we deface this currency, not knowing that the currency is part of our national symbol as a country. If it is the greenback, they will file it straight and put it in a purse, in an envelope, in a secure place. They pamper the greenback. But when it comes to the naira, they do all sorts of things with the naira. And I think this is not good enough. CBN should also take a step further to ensure that there will be penalty for those who deliberately, for one reason or the other, mutilate our currency. Then on the issue of people eagering to spend this currency, 2 days ago somebody was lamenting that she wants to have the new note so that she could be part of the people, the first set of people that will spend it. And I began to wonder, what type of mentality is that? If you have it and you now spend it, does it add value to the new note? Basically, what has changed between the old and the new note is just the color. The color, maybe some other embedded security features, which you might not be able to see at a glance. So we saw party goers. Some people have started hawking it, selling it at exorbitant price. And I began to wonder, we are causing too many worry for ourselves in this country. Whether a currency is minted or old, what is the value of that currency? I find it very strange when I see some people, because they want to spray money in the party and show off, they will now be spending extra money to get the new note. For you to get a packet of 200 naira at Thunder Bridge, Iwo Road, you will pay a sum of 7,000 naira extra.
The question is, how did they get to the underbridge in Iwo Road? They ration, over the counter for regular customers, but there are some people, all right, and this is what you also know about the connivance of bankers with these people, these currency hawkers and currency hawkers, you call them. There's a way they also exchange it. They get some benefit from it. They sell in bulk to them. They go on the street. Average Nigerians cannot access the cash, but some people, it's like,
Yes, it's quite sad. There's high level of racketeering in the banking industry. They bring out this currency for the purpose of speculation, trading, hawking, and buying. But I can tell you for free, in Ibadan so far, it's being rationed and it is being monitored. However, some banks will also not comply totally with the CBN policy, because the order from the CBN for now is that customers who need this currency are not permitted or allowed to swap it. Except you have an account with the bank, you present your debit document over the counter, they will debit you, because the CBN is also monitoring how this money goes out. But like I said earlier, you can't rule out the issue of sabotage. There are some people who are also sabotaging the system, who are hell-bent on not complying with the CBN rules and regulations. So they can get it in large quantity to bring out. But some of these people, especially in Ibadan, that are having it in large quantity now, I don't think some of them are getting it from the bank in Ibadan. Before it was even unveiled, 2 days, I think 2-3 days ago in Ibadan, we have started seeing it flying from all around. I just told you now, as I speak in Ibadan now, there is no 500 naira redesigned note in Ibadan. But we already have it in Ilorin. It's very funny. Somebody painted a narrative to me yesterday, how he got it. He got 50 pieces of the 1,000 note and 25 pieces of the 500 naira note. Tayo, maybe after this scene, I will explain to you how he got it. You will be so surprised. Then the question is, how did this money get into the hands of these people? When people like us, you and I, have not been able to even get the number that we want, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, just to show it off, because for me, I don't see any reason for it. It does not add to the value. Some people even feel that the old note is even better than the new note. So I don't know the rush, because I know that in the days ahead, it will also become surplus. But there is this fear and insinuation. People are beginning to envisage that this new monitoring of the CBN, this new redesigned currency note, may never be surplus like the old note. I think that is what is also driving those that are hoarding and using it for speculative purposes.
All right. As we charge Nigerians to handle our currency with some dignity, I think we should also work on strengthening it. Maybe that way, particularly if you know that 1,000 naira can buy you almost what you call a keke napep now. I think we will also handle it more properly or more. Yeah, that is what I feel from here. Away from that, we go to this story here from Premium Times. Court declares suspended Kano anti-corruption boss substantive chairman of the commission. The National Industrial Court in Abuja has ruled that the suspended chairman of the Kano State Public Complaint and Anti-Corruption Commission, Muhiyi Magaji, is the substantive head of the commission.
Yes, if you look at the issue in Kano, he was not properly removed from office. So, because he was not properly removed from office, the court had to, this is a form of reinstatement. The court had to reinstate him that, hey, you didn't remove him properly. Let him also, he's not the substantive, he's still the substantive chairman of that agency. You know, a lot of people expected so much from the anti-corruption agency in Kano because of a popular issue that happened between the governor and a contractor at some point, this dollar issue, starting dollar in a Babariga and what have you. So people expected that, the anti-graft agency in Kano should have done better. All this issue of establishing anti-graft agency, all this issue of establishing state anti-graft agency, I'm not saying that it is not good, but we should be very mindful of it. We have various anti-graft agencies in the country. What we are supposed to do across the state is to come up with legislative intervention that will, number one, make it very difficult for people to steal public funds, stealing public funds, and collaboration. People are just duplicating anti-graft agency, perhaps to witch hunt their political enemy in their various states. I remember the issue of Bauchi State very well. The former governor of Bauchi State, I can't quickly recollect his name now. The immediate past governor of Bauchi State that Bala Mohammed took over from. He also established anti-graft agency in his state when he took over. He thought he could get his second term in office. He was voted out of office beyond his expectation. After losing the election, before the handover day, he had to dissolve and disband the anti-graft agency. So if it's a legitimate anti-graft agency that you have invested your energy in establishing, why do you have to hurriedly disband them? So I see it as a duplication of function of what the National Anti-Graft Agency should do. Some people feel that the EFCC is not doing very well, especially those who are not in government or those who are in the opposition. They want to replicate their own EFCC in their state. And at the end of the day, they make mockery of the whole process. The truth of the matter is that we only need two things. Strengthen our law. Make it very difficult for people to steal public money. And in the case that one or two people still circumvent the process, make the process easier. Put law in place that will make it easier for people to be brought to justice, arrested, prosecuted, and brought to justice, as the case may be. So I'm not surprised that the court has said, the anti-graft agency that was removed from office, you are now the substantive chairman. So that is the problem is the problem for the Kano State government. Let them worry about it. And some of these state anti-graft agencies, what have they been able to bring to the table? Have they been able to effect a positive change in terms of a paradigm shift? Some of them are only existing on paper. So that is the truth.
There's also the case of, selective morality here. The Kano State governor got an award just after, his travail with the collecting dollar and all that, Gandola issue. Why should this one go to jail? Why should it be suspended?
Yes.
If the governor got an award just after the whole case.
Yes, yeah. The issue is this. El-Rufai told us, I think about 3 or 4 days ago, that the reason why he cannot go to the National Assembly is that members of the National Assembly are just equal. No one can dictate to the other. The principal officers are just one among equals. He said in the executive arm of government, it is easier because as the chief executive officer of the state, you have the right to hire and to fire. So some of them, Kano State governors could not be tried because of that very obvious allegation against him. Nobody has said he's guilty yet, but we saw him putting dollar in his Babariga. We need to prove that. He himself needs to prove that beyond reasonable doubt that was fictitious, that those videos that we saw were photoshopped through a forensic analysis. But as it is now, nobody has been able to call the governor to question, but the governor is calling the head of an agency he established to question. So that is the kind of leadership and governance hypocrisy that you find in the land. I just hope that a time will come in Nigeria where we will have a more serious government who is determined to fight against corruption, that will open up the books of Abdullahi Ganduje again. I followed him so much. He has done excellently well in terms of infrastructure and other areas of governance in Kano. But this idea of putting dollar in the Babariga, I think it is an issue that should not be forever swept under the carpet. So that is the hypocrisy that you have the governors. Because of immunity or what have you, nobody is saying that the governor should be put on trial while he enjoys immunity. But what we are saying is that investigations should even be conducted. Ganduje is one of the arrowheads of the Presidential Campaign Council of the APC as we speak today. Nobody is saying that Ganduje is guilty already, but let us even look at the books. Is this allegation true or false?
Right.
If it is true, let's wait for him to finish off his office and put him under trial. But you see somebody who has a moral burden on him, who is struggling to clear himself of that wide allegation, suspending another head of an agency of government for misappropriation of funds. It is really ironical and it is also laughable.
Right.
That is what we find in Nigeria. Nothing seems to be working. They put agency in place to manipulate the agency. Once they don't like your face again, they ask you to go. Meanwhile, we are forgetting the weightier matters. So that's the issue that is happening.
Now, Twitter International live audio service, Twitter Spaces, is down after a number of journalists that had just been suspended from the social media network found they could still participate in it. Twitter owner Elon Musk said late Thursday night that the company was fixing an old bug and the audio service should be working tomorrow. Elon Musk disables Twitter Spaces after clash with a journalist. He's been accused lately of being like a dictator. What do you make of this story?
I didn't quite get that.
Okay, so of course, Elon Musk disables Twitter Spaces after clash with journalist. That is what we have here from Daily Trust newspaper.
I didn't get that story.
Okay, well, I'm getting another feed just now that the space or Spaces is back. That's what I have here now. But of course, Elon Musk has been, clearly, accused of running that space like a dictator. Well, is a man with a cookie jar. We don't really know. Austin cannot.
You talk about Elon Musk, I think.
Yes.
Yes. He has been running against troubled waters for some time now. If you also look at it, he has lost his position as the richest man in the world. You see, at a time when you arrogate so much power and authority to yourself, this is exactly what you get. So people should be very careful, whether in the business world, in the corporate world, in governance. Nothing is permanent in life. So we have to just be very careful. The company is just acquired, is bastardizing the company so seriously. What has never happened before has started happening, and that is not good enough for the image of that particular company. Well, for this particular class, I don't know why he had to maintain such a position, why he had to behave that way. He has forgotten that he's an international figure, even as a businessman who has risen to that height in his endeavor. So it's just like those who are in government too. There is a level you rise to. You can't just do anything. You can't just take some laws into your hands. You can't just do some things not because they are bad, but for the public image and public perception that may cause. So those who are in high places must be very, very careful.
Thank you, Senator Jomo. We go on our second commercial break. We'll be back.
FM
94.9.
Christ Mercy International Church presents 21 days powerful revival. Níbi tí Ọlọ́run ti ṣetán láti lo àwọn òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkórí ìtọ́dún yìí. Igi gbígbẹ́ léyè, ògì gbígbẹ́nu ayé wa ni ó yè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tí yóò sì máa wáyé ní gbogbo aago 5 di aago 8 àṣálẹ́ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 1st of December to 21st of December nínú ọdún tá a wà yìí. Prophet Mayowa Moses Fèyíjì àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run bíi Prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní, Prophet Paul Adémodì, Apostle Olúwaṣẹ́gun Olúwaṣọgbọ́n, Prophet Adesoji Ọ̀nàbánjọ, Apostle Elijah Olúṣọlá, Prophet Augustine Ogena, Prophet Paul Arúlé Jésù, Prophet Ṣẹ́gun George, Prophet Samuel Olúdáre, tó fi mọ́ Prophet Isaac Jayíọlá, pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Akíntúndé Ìlàjà Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, Ẹnìtàn Olúṣẹ́gun Bámidélé EOB, Bọ́sẹ̀ Super àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo nínú gbọ̀ngàn àjọ wa tó wà ní number 35 Adámọ̀lẹ́kọ̀ Street beside Butterlight Bread, Ìmọ̀lẹ́ Fálàfíà Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn. It's 08077309381. Jésù dúdì yóò. Shalom.
Máa wò mí bí mo ṣe fẹ́ yín.
Mo ń gbọ́ 32 FM.
32 FM 94.9.
Families are already preparing for Laughter Santa 2022.
Jingle the bells! Feliz Navidad!
Laughter Santa's here again, and he's smiling with lots of gifts. To participate, you can buy your Laughter Santa card for 2,000 Naira only to see Santa and get your unique laughter number, which is your unique access to your Laughter Santa raffle on radio. And from 5:15 to 6 p.m. daily, from the 1st to the 24th December 2022, you can call on the Laughter Santa raffle show to win loads of goodies from Santa, like refrigerators, cash gifts, free meal for a month, bags of rice, bicycles, a surprise gift, and many more. You can get your Santa card at 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dubai. For sponsorship and inquiries, call INT'L on 0803-651-5050 or Tope on 0803-576-6925.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9. I can only fervently implore God's mercy as food prices rise and inflation in Nigeria picks up for the 10th month running. Other than the surge in food prices, increased poverty, and the additional plight of Nigerians, I still don't see what Nigeria benefited from the border closure. The rice pyramid, what about it? The cost of rice ought to have been decreased by now, but keys on audio there, giving our opinion. Austin is still with us on the line. Let me open the other phone lines now for you to also make a comment. 0906-2000-949 and 0705-5000-949. Now, Nigerian governors or government declares public holidays. The Nigerian government has declared Monday and Tuesday, the 26th and 27th of December, as public holidays to mark Christmas and Boxing Day celebrations. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, 0097000 949 0705 5000 949. Good morning to you and Tayo Nelson. I can't just understand why these so-called unknown gunmen are vandalizing the INEC offices. I'm appealing to PMB to find a lasting solution to this problem before it gets too late. Omobasha and Rabiola there. Thank you. We got your message. Omotayo on Obamiro. Good morning. In the former Soviet Union or maybe Russia, if the report is true, if you do not take your money because it is torn or otherwise, the way we do here, the person will simply be executed by the government. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Your name?
This is Comrade John Felix, come from Oyo.
Go on.
In the issue of attacking INEC facilities, so I have seen this thing time without number, that these politicians knows how to sponsor attack on INEC or during election period. Now, the opposition, I mean, like now, Peter Obi are having upper hand in the southeast. So now the other candidates from other regions can sponsor an attack or destruction on the INEC property in that such region for them to praise the voters of that candidate. So I pray that God will help us. But I'm now urging the Southeasterners that they should understand that if this election go in other ways, either they are looking for a breakup in the country, that will never happen. Because with all this destruction and with all this kind of attitude, this will not come to pass. Good morning.
Right. Thank you, Felix. Hello, good morning. The line dropped. The incessant attack on INEC offices will definitely compromise the forthcoming election. And it's also approved that nowhere is safe again in Nigeria. Buluwatefe.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name?
Sulaiman. On what the IG said that those politicians or others are behind those attacks on INEC facilities, I think they are the ones that is supposed to do the needful at the right time. When the incident of Oshun and Ogun State happened, how many those people have been apprehended all these days? That means in every action, there must be a reaction. That means they fail to react and arrest those people. If they arrest them, those incidents are happening in Imo and Ebonyi. You will not repeat itself. So they are the ones they're supposed to make a step ahead, those politicians, to do the needful and apprehend anyone that they are guilty of this scenario. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well done and keep it up from Oyualafin Ishola Curate. Ajibola, thank you. We got your message. There's another one here. Roniaya, thank you. We got your message. Good morning, dear friend. Most of the state anti-graft agencies were set up to harass. Let me see. Prof, I'll come back to your message. Let me take this call. Good morning. Good morning, Tayo. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Let us be frank with ourselves. This administration of President Momita needs to be very more proactive on this issue of insecurity. Let me know with your local now. Who's this unknown government, for God's sake? This is too much. The issue of government, unknown government is very well strong and very annoying to the people. They should find a lasting solution to this problem. Why are they disturbing the INEC officer and the INEC office? Why are they vandalizing their property? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Omobasha. Then you're learning. Your job, all right, we got that. Let me go back to the message I was trying to read the other time from Professor Kedira. Most of the state anti-graft agencies were set up to harass opponents. Let those agencies start from within the ministries, but the governors in those states are out to silence the oppositions. Okay, John Babatunde, we got that. Elon Musk has been sanctioned by some European government for his action, so he's likely to retrace his steps. Those are places where things work. Good morning, Tayo. About the burning of INEC facilities in some part of the country. Honestly, the act is barbaric and uncalled for. Some people wanted to get to power and they don't want election to take place. I don't see how that is possible. If Nigeria wants a credible, free and fair election, this kind of disruption has to stop. Further disruption will not, no doubt, affect the INEC preparation and conduct of the general election eventually. God bless Nigeria. This is from Raji Afiz Raja. 009 7000 949 0705 5000 949. Destination is 7 o'clock. Let me take this message here again. Okay. Attack on INEC facilities in the section of the country is politically motivated. Those arrested by the police should be investigated. It will amaze you that the leaders in that part of the country were involved. That section of the country leadership must be investigated. Zero 0809 7000 949 0705 5000 949. Hello, good morning. Hello. Are you ready for us? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you.
John in Jock is my name.
Good morning, John.
Hello.
I can hear you, John. Go on. I'm not sure you can hear me. John, you may have to repeat your call. This one is 009 7000 949. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Tayo. Good morning.
Good morning.
What I was just trying to say is that in some places, is execution if you don't pay certain money. So if the government makes laws in Nigeria, people will not wrinkle money in Nigeria because there are no strict rules and laws made by the government. And concerning Elon Musk too, you know, already he has been sanctioned by the European government. Just yesterday, he was sanctioned. So these are places where things go. It's because we don't have a government that makes rules and laws in Nigeria. That's why things are the way they are in Nigeria. That's why people wrinkle money, spend money and so on. That's my contribution.
Thank you. Although I differ a little, I think we have laws in place. We read this some time ago. If you mutilate the naira, you go to jail or you get fined, or you have the option of both. You know, as a matter of fact, we have that, but maybe we are not strengthening the laws enough to sanction some of these things. Hello, good morning. Hello. Now, the World Bank has cut Nigeria's 2022 growth forecast to 30.1% from a previous forecast of 30.8%. In its latest Nigeria Development Update launched in Abuja, the bank said that the nation had to make hard choices. Good morning.
From Ibadan.
All right.
Regarding those who are committed to vandalizing INEC's property, I learned some people have been arrested. Have they been persecuted? So if they have been persecuted, I think it's going to serve as a deterrent to others. They shouldn't just arrest them and not allow them to face the book. Then now that they want to relocate INEC offices from vulnerable areas to new places, it's not going to cost much money. You know, as much as I like some policies of the federal government in Nigeria, but I always see them as a way of siphoning funds. Then since the general elections in 2023 are imminent, is he going to meet the target? Good morning.
Thank you, Balkis. On our general for that, 009 7000 949 070 009 7000 949. Tulu Lokpaya DME wrote, and okay, I'll come back to Tulu's message. Hello. Hello. The caller has been trying so hard to get through. Sorry, I think the network is really affecting your call there. Good morning. The statement coming from INEC that incessant attacks on their facilities might cause setbacks in 2023 general election is not a good development because we don't want anything to hinder us from having a free, fair, and credible elections come 2023. That's from Tolulokwe. Hello. Hello. Okay, you may want to try the other line. Let me just give out the number again. 0705 500949 0809 700949. Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, this is John Olariwaju from Ogunpa.
Go on, John.
On the issue of new naira, I think by now it's supposed to be getting this new naira from ATM machine. Until now, they are still getting the old naira from ATM machine. So I don't know the kind of system they were practicing now about this new naira. According to the This Morning newspaper, it said that those that bring the money in the bank are getting that new note. Those that are spending the money in the party are getting this new naira money. And those that are using it for the business. I think they need to talk to the banks to release this money to the people. Otherwise, they need to extend the day. And therefore, those that they arrested, I think they need to tell us through the police, because they arrested one person in Imo that tried to attack the INEC office. People need to know, because IG said that they are politicians that attacked the INEC office. So let us know that. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, John. We go there too. Well, in Nigeria, it's about a better pass my neighbor mentality. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Moses calling from Agudi.
Moses.
Well, I think the problem of this country initially is our judiciary and our executives. I believe and I used to feel the law is only meant for the masses, for the poor ones. This currency of ours is very precious. I don't know why some looters will loot this money and contain this money in their own homes. And the way we handle money, even in occasions and other ceremonies, is not fair. Okay, now the new currency is coming out. People are already consuming it in their homes. And at the end of the day, others will not get this money to their own reach. So what are the laws surrounding this, our currency? Even if these laws are surrounding our currency, is this law also at the executive and at the judiciary? Are they involved in this law? No. It's only when they see a common man on the road or in their house misusing this currency, they will get these people arrested. But what about the executives? What about those politicians looking this money? Don't they even take this money abroad? Make some people make changes of dollars to naira.
Thank you.
So we should do a law that will guide this currency. That nobody should be above it.
Thank you. That was a long one from you. I can bet you, if you go to some parties today, you find some people spraying that same new naira note, and spraying it so hard, and that is how we feel good, as a people. We're drawing value from very mundane things, or act as a matter of fact. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chris Oboli from Ilogwe.
Chris, good to have you.
I don't know why people are always in a hurry. The new money just come out a few days ago. They cannot calculate now. Nobody says you cannot collect the old one from you. You are still collecting everything all together till the end. Now, I find that people who don't even have 1,000 naira in the bank are the one crying. 20,000 naira is not enough for a day. Let's be patient. Government cannot bring policy and we keep arguing it, saying no, it can't work. It will work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I like that from you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning. This is from Oyo.
Good morning.
Every time things happen in Nigeria, we blame politicians, blame government. I want to talk about this naira note. It is mutilated just 3 days. You have to change our mentality if you want to go in Nigeria.
Indeed. I agree with you.
If we, Nigeria, we don't change our mentality, destruction, government properties, everything is destroyed. and we blame politicians, we blame government. We personally, we are the problem of this country. After the masses, is the politician and the government. We have to change our mentality. This is what we do in Nigeria. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Yes, that's important. I think we lost a call there. It is important. We can't handle what belongs to us in that manner. And we want people from, foreigners to respect us. When we disrespect ourselves, we disrespect, symbols, of our. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Chadwick. I'm calling from Stoker.
All right.
Yeah, I think the CBN government, okay, let's say the CBN should focus on those market women and that's the handling of this naira note. They should focus on these market women and those conductors, what have you, because those are the most people that handle this naira in a very rough way. Before, I used to see CBN, educating people how to handle this naira note. They normally advertise it, but now you don't see anything like that. So I think if they focus on those people, I think we will be able to, that mentality of how to handle the naira will actually come into focus.
Thank you for your contribution there. We also need to charge the NOA, that's the National Orientation Agency. You should, gear up to your responsibility. These are things you should do and, reorientate Nigerians on abuse of naira and all that and how we should actually function as patriotic citizens. And that is important. Thank you, dear listener, for sharing your time this Saturday. The People's Review will be back on Monday at 6:30. Up next is Baba Fendo with Temilade Aloko. I am OLUTAYO OGUNADE. Good morning.
Here is the station admired by other radio stations.
Yes, we are.
32 FM 94.9.
I don't work, I don't take. 32 FM. Otawan yo, plenty programs, to sing pepper. We just take badu your sister ile.